So the weather that we had earlier today, all of the rain and storm activity has moved out. So live Doppler 13 radar is quiet at this hour and expected to stay that way. Not a lot developing immediately to our west. However, the overall weather pattern does stay active in the coming days. Early morning temperatures in the low 50s, highs tomorrow in the 70s. You do get some dry hours early in the day tomorrow ahead of afternoon and evening thunderstorms, and we do go back under that threat of severe weather. It is a low threat on our scale of 1 to 5 at a 1. Future Track 13 confirms the dry start early tomorrow morning. Anytime afternoon, you're going to need the umbrella.
Angela, thanks so much. The digital blackmail of children, also known as sextortion, has been an issue for more than a decade. In fact, there has been a significant increase in reports of financial sextortion. So tonight, law enforcement and local advocates talked with Plainfield students and parents about what to look out for. Our Logan Gay was there. So Logan, let's start with helping our viewers understand what we're talking about.
Well, sextortion happens when a predator online misrepresents themselves and manipulates someone into sending inappropriate videos or pictures. Once they have those files, the predator then demands money or threatens to make those images public. It can feel devastating for the child who is targeted. And tonight the message was there is hope and there are people ready to help.
If you don't think it's happening in your communities, then unfortunately you're wrong.
That's an Avon police detective talking about sextortion. Because the internet is at everyone's fingertips, police say predators now have a number of ways to contact children, including through video games and online apps. It can happen anywhere, including right here in Hendricks County.
These online predators are good. They are good. They are criminals, and they know how to lure kids into conversations, and then sometimes kids just don't have the skills to get out safely.
The Plainfield assistant superintendent wants her students to always be cautious when choosing to engage with people on the internet.
It's not innocent. When someone is asking you to start chatting that you don't know, there's a good chance that that is somebody that is trying to get in and do mischievous things.
Mischievous things that could lead children to send nude photos and videos before getting extorted for money. Plainfield Schools partnered with Susie's Place, a child advocacy center, to educate and empower parents to become aware of these online predators and what to do if one goes after their child.
The biggest thing is knowing how to handle it when they come to you and really being an active listener, and then making sure you know that this is a crime that can be solved, and the time is of the essence.
Hendricks County law enforcement officers say they have investigated an overwhelming number of child exploitation and sextortion cases in the past year alone. Parents say it's crucial information to have.
If we can be informed and we can approach it with an understanding of their being a victim, even if they are playing a part in it, and we can offer some grace, then we can actually get down to the root of the problem and find those people who are exploiting it.
That's why Detective Joseph Davies suggests all parents and kids never pay these people. He says don't delete anything and go straight to the police.
Everyone in their community obviously wants their children to feel safe, and we want to make sure that the message is out there that the world isn't crashing down. We can help them.
So if you missed this opportunity to be a part of this conversation, Susie's Place will be having another one next week on May 8th at 6:30 p.m. at Danville Middle School.
It was a blessing in some sort to know, because I was always wondering.
Tonight, a 10th person now identified as a victim of suspected serial killer Herb Baumeister, Daniel Thomas Halloran. He was born in 1972. His remains discovered at Baumeister's Fox Hollow Farm property in Westfield. Halloran's daughter got the call Monday from the Hamilton County coroner. She didn't even know her dad. Her mom told her he left Florida for Indiana when she was a toddler.
It makes me kind of sick and weary to my stomach. How to know that my dad was brutally murdered. It's hard. And for all the other victims out there and their families, I'm with them. I'm praying hard for them.
Coroner Jeff Jellison says that Halloran's remains were discovered in a different part of that farm than the other murdered men. It took forensic genealogy to identify him. Coral Halloran tells us today that she plans to bury her dad near his brother and mom here in Indianapolis. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. This week, a mother charged in her baby's death is expected to plead guilty to neglect. Investigators believe Madison Marshall's boyfriend, Rowan Waters, killed Oakley Snow and then left her remains in an abandoned Morgan County house. Now, as part of her plea deal, Marshall is agreeing to testify against Waters. Waters is charged with murder and is set to go on trial next month. A teenager is scheduled to learn his sentence in July after pleading guilty to murdering a 61-year-old man in Anderson. The 13-year-old is charged in adult court, but the defense team is now asking the judge to impose a sentence as a juvenile. Court documents say Joseph Van Note admitted to seeing a lot of cash in Mark Miles' wallet at a gas station and following him home before stabbing him several times back in October. Tonight, investigators are confirming a person injured in an Indianapolis train crash over the weekend has now died. This happened near Mass Ave and Sherman Drive on Saturday. Police believe the driver of the Jeep drove around the crossing gate before getting hit. A lightning strike leads to a car fire on I-69 in Delaware County. These pictures show the aftermath. Crews say there was a lot of damage to the car, but thankfully no one was hurt. And Butler University is showing off its new space for the school's two-year college. It's called Founders College. It's setting up shop in the former home of the College of Education. Founders College will welcome its first students in August. Graduates can go on to get a 4-year degree at Butler for a fraction of the cost. The school is now accepting applications, and you can find out how to submit one on WTHR.com and on our 13 News app.